What was that?
Okay, we're hearing noises, guys.
Check up here, quick. What? Oh.
Venturing into abandoned buildings can be terrifying. But what happens when you encounter someone or something you'd rather never meet? Like this first encounter from Tony Ruby, who is known for sharing a wide range of content on his channel, from taste-testing strange foods to fun and lighthearted challenges. But in the video he posted on April 13th, 2024, things took a different turn. In this episode, Tony teams up with his good friend Blaine to explore an abandoned house they had recently discovered. On their first visit, they took a quick look inside, curious but unprepared. So they made the decision to come back another day, this time with their camera gear, ready to film a proper exploration. They expected it to be a bit tense, abandoned places often are, but what they ended up experiencing was far more unsettling than they imagined. As they arrive at the crumbling house, both are full of excitement and adrenaline, ready to see what's inside. But neither of them could have predicted what was waiting for them deeper within.
All right, here we go. Yo! Hold on, bro. That wasn't there before, dude. That was not there before. All right, y'all. Here we go. Dude, you want to close the door, man? No.
So we gotta do it, bro.
So, let's go upstairs, bro. Making our way upstairs. I just hit my freaking head. Hello? Is anybody up here, bro? Dude, that was the attic I was talking about. That was the attic I was talking about. I'm actually scared, dude, for real. All right, bro. Let's split up.
Split up?
Yeah.
Split up?
Yeah.
Dog! Alright, where are we going?
You go downstairs, I'm gonna stay up here.
What?
As Tony and Blaine make their way through the house, they try to keep the mood light, cracking jokes and poking fun at the eeriness of the place. And after calling out a few times and hearing nothing in return, they start to feel more at ease. Confident that they're alone, they decide to split up, hoping to make the video a bit more interesting by exploring separate parts of the house. But that lighthearted energy doesn't last. Almost immediately after they separated, the joking stops, shattered by something neither of them expected.
Like, I just want my own light, you know?
Alright, so.
Alright, bro. See ya. Dude, here was the night.
Alright, so I'm by myself now. Never done anything like this.
Knife on the wall, right here. It's like an old binder. There's an attic here, so if you guys don't remember that other thing. Hello? Is anybody in here? Is anybody in here?
Hold on, guys. There he's like, oh my god. It's a hammer.
What was that?
Leave all the batteries? Yo! Bro! You heard that?
What was that? Bro! No! Yeah! No! I'm not! I'm so scared, bro. No!
Oh, come here, bro. Come here. Watch your step.
What?
To set the scene, Tony and Blaine had been messing around, pulling harmless pranks and dropping heavy objects to spook each other for fun. So when three loud, unmistakable knocks suddenly echoed through the house, they both assumed it was just another joke. But this time, it wasn't.
Remove all the batteries? Yo!
Naturally, this shook them both. And while their instincts screamed at them to leave, curiosity got the better of them, for a moment. But after realizing neither of them could explain the knocks, they didn't stay around for answers. Tony and Blaine rushed out of the house and headed back to safety, confused, rattled, and certain of one thing: they had no intention of returning. So, what do you think happened inside that old, crumbling house? Was someone hiding in the shadows, trying to scare them away? Or could there be a more logical explanation behind those chilling knocks? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. With that question lingering, we head straight into the next clip from. Quick interruption. If you're enjoying this video, why not hit that subscribe button? We're on a mission to hit 300,000 subscribers, and when we do, 3 lucky fans will win a limited edition items. Right now, 61.2% of you watching haven't subscribed yet. We're pushing for at least 40%, and we need your help to make it happen. It's completely free, and your support helps us make even more awesome videos. So, don't miss out, subscribe now, and let's get back to the video. Dawson Sapp, the creator behind the YouTube channel Sappy, who is best known for sharing sports-related content. But the video he uploaded on August 17, 2019, stood out from the rest. In this episode, Dawson teams up with his good friend Kyle for something completely different: an urban exploration adventure. Their destination? A massive, crumbling hotel that had caught their eye due to its severely decayed condition. As many know, places like this can be fascinating to explore, but they often come with serious risks, and this trip would prove just how quickly things can go from exciting to dangerous. After finding a way inside, Dawson and Kyle didn't waste a moment. They pushed deeper into the abandoned building, completely unaware of what they were about to encounter. Dawson and Kyle wandered through the eerie, dimly lit hallways, checking each room one by one, hoping to find something interesting. The silence was heavy, broken only by the sound of their footsteps and the occasional creak of the old floorboards. There was a tension in the air they couldn't quite explain, beyond the obvious creepiness of the setting, with its dark, horror movie-like atmosphere. Still, they kept going, brushing off the unease. But then, they reached another room, which at first glance looked no different from the rest. Yet this time, that uncomfortable feeling suddenly made sense.
Kyle, come here, hurry. So like somebody's been living in here?
It might be hard to notice at first in the video, but to their surprise, Dawson and Kyle had almost walked into a room where a man was sleeping on the floor. Naturally, the sight left them completely creeped out. Any plans to continue exploring were dropped immediately as they quietly turned back toward the exit. If they accidentally woke the man, there was no telling how he might react, what kind of state he was in, or what he might be capable of. So, choosing caution over curiosity, they carefully made their way out of the building. Sure, encountering someone in an abandoned place is always a possibility when urban exploring, especially in more remote or rundown areas. But stumbling upon someone unexpectedly like that, asleep on the floor in complete silence, is a jarring experience, no matter how prepared you think you are. Thankfully, Dawson and Kyle kept calm and made the smart choice to leave before things had a chance to escalate. This experience likely served as a sharp reminder, for them and for anyone watching, just how important it is to be aware, cautious, and prepared when venturing into places like these. Urban exploring can be exciting, but it's never without risk. And that brings us to Welsh Urbex, where Craig and Stephanie found themselves facing that same uneasy balance between exploration and the unknown. Welsh Urbex is a channel run by Craig and Stephanie, who are a married couple with a shared passion for exploring the unknown. Although the channel has been quiet for the past few years, it's filled with a wide range of fascinating footage from decaying locations across the UK. In one of their videos, shared on June 7, 2020, Craig and Stephanie returned to an abandoned care home tucked away somewhere in the UK. It wasn't their first visit. During their initial exploration, they had to cut the visit short after hearing strange noises that made them suspect someone else might have been inside. Still, despite the unsettling experience, they felt drawn to go back. But still, this visit ended up being far more tense than they had hoped.
Here we go, guys. Some beer bottles here that weren't there before. The stairs. Have a look at the kitchen. Done some work on it. I boarded the window up. The windows there have been boarded up. They weren't boarded up before. So some stuff has been done on the place. But the kitchen is still here. Still amazing. Now, was this the room you said about the other day? Well, the last time we were here.
What, sorry?
Did you say you went in here last time?
No, you did.
I didn't go in here. There's a little bathroom. Nice, just a little bathroom. Not to see. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Where did it come from? Okay, we're hearing noises, guys.
Just like during their previous visit, strange sounds began echoing from somewhere within the building. But this time, Craig and Stephanie didn't let it stop them. Their curiosity was stronger than their fear. Cautiously, yet determined to find out who or what might be sharing the space with them, they pressed on deeper into the abandoned care home.
Okay, guys, so let's go. Let's see what we can find. Let's go upstairs. We didn't see any of this last time, guys. Okay, guys, in we go. Like I said before, we didn't see. Set of drawers in here and a pack of playing cards. We've got in here. Yes, evidence. There we go, guys, we've got some evidence. We've got a pillow. We've got a pillow, towel, chocolate bar, and an energy drink. Someone's sleeping in here. Yeah, I've got a pillow in the bathroom and all. Let's keep going. Yeah. Got one locked door. I've got one locked door.
8:26 to 9. As soon as they came across a single locked door deep inside the building, one thought immediately crossed their minds. Whoever was in there with them might be hiding behind it. Not wanting to push their luck or risk a confrontation, Craig and Stephanie knew it was time to leave. Between the unsettling noises they'd heard and the clear signs that people had been staying, and possibly still were, inside, they had all the confirmation they needed. They had come for an exploration, not a standoff. And so, with nerves high and adrenaline kicking in, they made their way back out, choosing safety over answers. Sometimes, walking away is the wisest move an explorer can make, but not every team makes that choice in time. Just like Craig and Stephanie, these next explorers set out expecting nothing more than a quiet adventure. But what they found inside this next building turned out to be anything but ordinary. And that adventure was shared by the YouTube channel Explore Abandoned Places with Tattoo Tony Alton, owned by Tony, where he, often joined by friends, ventures into forgotten and decaying locations across the country. And in the video he shared on July 9, 2017, Tony and his friend Andrew explored a long abandoned apartment tower that had clearly seen better days. Of course, that's exactly what drew them there in the first place. But they had no idea just how different this exploration would turn out to be. As they arrived at the massive, crumbling building, they wasted no time heading inside, expecting little more than the usual decay and silence. But those expectations would soon be proven very wrong.
Oh, look at this. Look, I found a porno. Dude, I found pornos, dude. Andrew, what's it saying? He licked my butthole.
As they wandered through the basement, Tony and Andrew were surprised by how many personal belongings were still scattered throughout the space, slowly decaying with time. Aside from that, and the thick, unpleasant smell hanging in the air, everything seemed relatively quiet and safe. But as soon as they finished exploring the basement and made their way to the next floor, things took an immediate and uncomfortable turn.
Yeah.
Telling Andrew I thought he was trying to get my attention.
It's a little hard to hear in the footage, but after those strange sounds, Tony turns to Andrew and asks if he was trying to get his attention, if he had been knocking from the other side of the room. But Andrew quickly said no. He hadn't made any noise. From that moment on, a bit of nervous tension starts to creep in. Still, they try to shake it off. Maybe it was just the building settling, or something old and unstable falling somewhere nearby. So, they decide to keep going, hoping it was nothing more than the natural sounds of a place long forgotten.
Somebody used a bullet on their body. Yeah, I heard a knocking noise, bro. I don't know if this stupid thing will pick it up. You know how this sounds like how the sound. It's not real clear. It can't pick up stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can just use the.
Yeah, that's cool. And I turned the camera off. It sounded like somebody again was in here. There's one real loud slam that like shook the walls during the live stream. And this time it was on this floor. I was saying, let's get the F out of here. You know, there was nobody around and our car was parked. I didn't know if it was a...
At that point, Tony and Andrew knew it was time to leave. The strange sounds, the unsettling atmosphere, and the odd things they'd discovered throughout the building had pushed them past their limit. What started as just another abandoned exploration had taken a turn, and neither of them was willing to risk their safety any further. Whether someone had been lurking just out of sight, or if something else entirely had been following them through those dark halls, they weren't sticking around to find out. Sometimes the smartest move in a place like this isn't pushing forward, it's knowing when to walk away. So, what do you think was really going on in that abandoned tower? Coincidence? An intruder? Or something more unexplainable? You be the judge. Tony and Andrew chose to walk away, and in hindsight, it might have been the best decision they made that day. But not every explorer gets that moment of clarity early on. Dustin, from D-Dog Vlogs, has years of experience exploring abandoned places. But in this next clip, even he and his team were caught off guard by how quickly things escalated. You might already know the YouTube channel D-Dog Vlogs, where Dustin has been sharing his urban exploration adventures for over 7 years, bringing his audience along as he dives into some of the most fascinating and forgotten places out there. In this video, Dustin sets out to explore a large abandoned house, joined by his friends, Carlo and Terry. But what was meant to be just another routine exploration quickly became far more tense than any of them expected. It's November 28, 2020, as they arrived at the house in broad daylight. But even with the sun shining, the atmosphere inside the crumbling house felt off. There was an immediate sense of discomfort as they stepped through the doorway. Still, trying not to dwell on it, they pushed forward, driven by curiosity about what they might find inside.
Wow. Alright guys, look at all the decay right here. And asbestos, but a lot of asbestos and decay. And spider webs. Look at that.
Where'd Terry go?
Terry's upstairs.
No.
It was. Whoa. The decay in here is crazy. The roof completely collapsed in here. Whoa. I didn't have my light for that.
As they wander from room to room, the group is struck by the condition of the house. Dust-covered furniture, peeling wallpaper, and scattered remnants of the past. All of it pulls them deeper into the exploration. The initial tension they felt when stepping inside begins to fade, replaced by fascination and curiosity. But that calm doesn't last long. Before they know it, something happens that instantly brings back that uneasy feeling and reminds them that they might not be as alone as they thought.
Whoa. The decay in here is crazy. Spider webs sealing the door. Wow. The roof completely collapsed in here. This kitchen's destroyed. Whoa. I didn't have my light for that. Alright, we're gonna go upstairs. We'll save the basement for last. Hello? There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of movement coming from that basement. They have to hear that on camera. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna try to find where Terry went. Carlos texting him right now to try to find out where he is. If he's not in the basement, we don't know who's down there. I'm gonna go over here while I wait. Let's check up here quick. What? Oh! Okay, Terry's up here.
I was up on the 3rd floor.
There's somebody in the basement or something.
Yeah? Let's go check it out.
Here, do you get a light?
I don't have a light. Yeah, I do.
We thought it was you trying to scare us.
Well, I was up on the 3rd floor.
With all the movement they're hearing, Dustin, Carlo, and Terry can only hope it's just a harmless animal resting around in the basement. But the thought that someone, or something, might be hiding down there in the dark quickly shifts the mood. None of them feel comfortable anymore. Still, they aren't the type to leave without answers. So after a moment of hesitation, they take a deep breath, gather their courage, and decide to head down, ready to face whatever might be waiting in the shadows below.
Let's find out. Hello? It's so dark down here. I'm tripping out. That was weird.
We were here before this was open.
I'm only using my phone light, guys. I didn't think it was gonna be dark in here. Why does this room creep me out? I don't like it down here.
Feel that change in temperature?
Yeah. I really don't like it down here for some reason. Whoa. Cool mural. Looks like it's been shot at or something though. Those like bullet holes? Those could be bullet holes. They're perfectly round, a lot of them. I don't know. I am confused. This place is old.
30s.
Nobody down there. That is so weird. We definitely caught that on camera.
Finding no one in the basement brought a strange mix of relief and confusion. There was an exterior door leading out from the basement, which made it entirely possible that whoever had been down there slipped away as soon as it realized the group was coming to investigate. But another possibility lingered in their minds. What if it hadn't been a person at all? What if the sounds had been something unexplainable? Still puzzled, Dustin, Carlo, and Terry tried to shake it off and continued exploring the rest of the house. Strangely, but also fortunately, they didn't hear any more unusual sounds. And eventually, they left, still full of questions about what they'd experienced down there. So, what do you think was behind the noises in that basement? Someone hiding and fleeing at the last moment? Something paranormal? Or maybe just a harmless animal, started by their presence? Whatever the answer may be, Dustin and his friends left that house with more questions than answers, reminded once again that in places like these, not everything can be explained. And that sense of uncertainty only deepens in this next exploration. Because for this last clip shared on July 22nd, 2018, we're heading back to Welsh Urbex, where Craig and Stephanie take on one of the most notoriously eerie locations in North Wales, the abandoned Pool Park Asylum. The building has stood empty since it closed its doors in 1990, and like many abandoned asylums, It's damp, decaying, and eerily silent. But before setting out, Craig and Stephanie weren't even sure if there was a way in. Online forums warned that the site might be secured with CCTV, and access was said to be tricky. Still, driven by curiosity, they decided it was worth the risk, unaware of just how unpredicted their evening was about to become.
What do you reckon?
Spooky. It's a bit scary.
I don't think there's going to be anyone in there.
Is that always there?
I don't know. I bet they fit alarms or something. I went out, look. Or the fucking window's closed.
They circled the entire building, looking for a way in, but it quickly became clear that whoever was maintaining the site had gone to great lengths to keep it sealed against intruders. Every possible entrance was tightly secured, and Craig and Stephanie had no intention of breaking anything to get inside. But just as they were about to give up and head back, content with having at least captured some cool exterior shots, something happened that made them stop in their tracks.
That was the way in, because look,
Yeah.
people putting that there. What was that?
Given the possibility that the site was under surveillance, the last thing Craig and Stephanie wanted to hear were footsteps, yet that's exactly what caught their attention. At first, they weren't entirely sure. Did they hear it well, or just their minds playing tricks on them? Still, not wanting to take any chances, they began to cautiously make their way back. But the sounds didn't stop. In fact, it seemed like someone was still moving nearby.
Oh, you can see down there, see the generator and stuff.
Really cool.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that. Whatever that is. It's just a bit boring, isn't it? Now it's all closed up. And a month ago it was open. We always miss out. I thought this was going to be the big one. That was open then, just say got a ladder or something.
Yeah, just on the roof of the car.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because of all the roof we do.
Although the sound of footsteps continued, crunching faintly through the grass, no one ever approached Craig and Stephanie. In a way, that was a relief, but it also left them with even more questions. Was someone lurking just out of sight, keeping hidden in the shadows? Or was it something far more harmless? Maybe just an animal whose movements happen to eerily mimic human footsteps. Whatever the case may be, one thing was certain. Craig and Stephanie definitely got the thrill they were looking for, without even stepping foot inside the building. Sometimes, it seems the scariest moments happen right outside the door. Now, that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these horrifying clips, subscribe to my channel and click to see more on the video on screen.